Get my dollar trade playbook to learn how to position, profit, and protect during a dollar devaluation. Scan this QR code or click on the link in the description. We got lots on the agenda this week. Oh my God, jam-packed. It's not just economic data. We've got GDP out of the way, non-farm payrolls on Friday, which could be a little interesting the next few months. And I've got a reason for saying that. But for right now, we have FOMC out of the way, and as expected, no rate cut. In fact, Powell really pushed back. So he's not going to be anyone's plaything, but definitely we had two dissenters, which were expected, Waller and Bowman. Waller was out actually at a Bloomberg interview not too long ago talking about how the job market is showing some early signs of cracks. You don't want to be on thin ice when it starts to crack. I think that was code and cover for be careful on a non-farm payroll print, because if we do have no reason for rate cuts, but for right now, if the employment situation starts to change, then the chance for Powell's resignation will become louder, and Waller may very well put himself in path for Fed chair next year. So in the meantime, we are getting through a wonderful bit of macro commentary that I'll give on this Powell presser in a minute, but I had luckily or good just warned yesterday in clients in a big post that said, literally, do not wait to hedge. And underneath the surface, I had 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 indicators of mine that were showing weakness. So obviously we had done nothing wrong. We're 6,400 pushing. But underneath the surface is what I look for in net selling and currency volatility, which can seep into equity volatility. Same thing with treasuries. Anyway, long story short, I had 5 very, very good reasons why I was strong in my wording. Do not wait to hedge. Anyway, and we had a nice little dump after Powell spoke. And like I said, lucky or good, already warned that all 5 of my indicators were pointing to weakness coming in. And we did have a nice little volatility. And I don't think it's done. I think we went from 1470. Remember my 1458? We didn't get quite that. And that was my updated VIX price target on the low side from that
1550. You had the
down to
1550
14,
and
yep.
then
And then I said 1458 on June 3rd. So I kind of ratcheted. I don't think we're going to hit, I think we're going to go a little bit lower. So anyway, we hit 1470, turned, we closed about 17. I think we can follow through with that 18 print pretty soon, or at least this week. And then of course, tomorrow we've got all this gamma structure coming off for end of month. So lots of SPX gamma, and we're not yet at a flip level where it starts to get a little bit more bearish. In fact, the flip level is 62.90. And what did we close? 63.64. We're not even gamma flip level yet. When I look at the consumer health degradation, when I look at margin pressure coming in, all of that is still signs of potential risk despite all the liquidity. Now we're still in a backdrop of playing liquidity is bullish until liquidity creates inflation, and then it's very bearish, but we're not there yet. So we're still in that kind of edge spot where we probably next year go into a situation where the market pulls back end of this year, they come in with QE, goose the markets even more, and that becomes very inflationary. So that's why in that post I said don't wait to hedge for this week, and into mid-August is my baseline bet. More importantly, I should say,
I agree, it's time. The time is now.
It's time. But just for reversion to the mean trade, big picture, all the top reasons that I keep listing for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks are still firmly in play. And just to kind of highlight, AI sentiment, number 1. Number 2, Trump tariffs. The taco theme is still in view in that they're not as bad as expected. They're 15% instead of 25%. Bullish flows, both discretionary and systematic flows, are still bid. Discretionary flows at 51%, systematic flows at 69% respectively. There's still mechanical buyers out there. Technical levers, I've got my intermarket, which is why I have said every Wednesday, hasn't done anything wrong, hasn't done anything wrong. I still see buying. Only in the past 2 days have I seen buying underneath the surface, and literally said, short term, don't forget to hedge, because right now it looks like we're going to have some degradation. And we had with Powell, and now with Microsoft and Google, everything feels okay again. But let's see what happens on profit taking tomorrow.
Join Samantha and Hans at the next Macro to Micro Options Power Hour, held each Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Registration is free. Scan this QR code or click on the link in the description. Watch the full Options Macro to Micro Power Hour episode by clicking on the video here, and subscribe to LaDucTrading YouTube channel for more content.